This is a review for the Harmony Lakeside RV Park located in Silver Creek, Washington. We are in Site 1 here at Harmony Lakeside RV Park. And Site 1 is nice because you can see we've got this fence and then this wall of trees which separates us here from the road. So we have a nice open space. You can see there's a fire pit there, picnic table. If I walk up, head over and look at the hookups, but just down there is the lake. There's not a swimming access from this point, but you could have a boat launch over there and a boat spot to park your boat. They also have boat rentals available. Here is the electrical hookup, so we have 50 amp. We have water and septic, so full hookups. The site next to us has been empty the whole time, so that's kind of nice. You can check out their fire pit here and picnic table. So that spot's a little bit more narrow. I think they've been trying to keep the sites while they had a little bit of space, keep everybody distant. We're about to head into the weekend though, so it's going to start filling up more with people. Over here you can see where the entrance is. So that road right there is where you come in, and there's an office where you can get checked in. There's also an overflow parking lot out that way where there's other RV spots. They don't have any trees next to them and stuff though, so they're really exposed. This is the area that's a little bit more kind of wooded, and you have some trees, and you can easily access the water from here. As we head a little bit to the lower level here and start heading towards the water, you can see that there's a lot of green space around here. So you have these big tall trees, but you have a lot of green space, which means they have a volleyball net here set up, plenty of space to run around. You can see the steps that go up to the level where the RV is at. And then as you head in the other direction, this is where there's some extra RV spaces, kind of back ends. And then you can continue down by the stairs, which will take you down to the docks. So they don't allow swimming off of here, and I'm not sure what the reason is for that, but you can get into a boat or kayak or whatever else that you have. And like I said, they do have boat rentals here at the resort, so you could rent one of the boats if you had time to do that. You're also really close to the state park, which is where we ended up doing a lot of our swimming and stuff like that. If you had your own boat, you could pay just to do the boat launch as well from this area, or you can pay a moored fee to actually keep your boat here and take that out. Plus, they have the rentals on a first come, first served basis. We didn't end up doing a rental, so I don't know the details on the pricing for that, sorry. We stayed here around Labor Day in 2020, and it was about $70 a night. There are some additional fees for things like having the pets and having kids, so little fees like that kind of tack onto your pricing, but that's pretty much a good estimate of what it would cost. We were considered a premium pull-through, and while we did have a really nice spot and we did have kind of an end spot, so we had a bunch of green space, I will tell you that our spot was not super level, and it took us about 4 tries of putting down our leveling, our stabilizers in order to try to get the rig level enough so that we could get it to work, and we still ended up having to have our front tires a little bit off of the ground. So it's just hilly in this area, and that might just be something you have to deal with if you have a big rig like we do. Going down the main road, you can get to the edge where I believe these are considered the lakeside spots. They have some RV spots. These are a little bit shorter, so I'm not sure we would have fit in one of these spots, but it's nice because you do have a direct view of the lake from right here. There's a little cabin over there. I think those might be restrooms. And then this little path right here takes you down to the docks. There's no swimming from the docks. It's access for boats only, and they do have boat rentals here, I believe. We're in this area. You can see where there's a stage right there in the distance. Be a great spot to set up something fun right here on the water. Volleyball court. There was a fish cleaning station, and then up here are where most of the spots are at. We're just to the right of that really tall tree there. One of the things we loved about this park is its close proximity to the Kinswa State Park, which was really phenomenal. We ended up going over here every single day, even though that wasn't really part of our plans, but it was just so much fun to go over and swim at that state park. They actually have camping at that state park, so that might be something to consider if you can't get into Harmony or would rather stay at the state park. You won't be able to buy the state park pass there at the Kinswa State Park, so you'll need to do that at a nearby location where you can get it, or you can do it ahead of time, which is really smart, and I should have done that for our trip. I knew we were going to spend time at the national parks. I didn't really think about the state parks, but we ended up loving so many of the state parks and being close to them from our RV campground, so we spent a lot of time at the state parks too. So if you're traveling here with your RV, I would highly recommend to go ahead and just order your Washington State Park ahead of time. It was only like $30 or $35. They'll mail it to your house, and then you have it ready to go when you arrive there. The real reason we chose to stay at this park is because it was a midpoint between Mount St. Helens and Mt Rainier. So we had 3 overnights, and we wanted 2 full solid days to do Mount St. Helens on one day and Mount Rainier on the next day, and we didn't want to have to move the RV between those days and have to deal with the RV. So we wanted to be parked in one spot and then be able to spend a full day at those 2 different parks, and this allowed us to have a midpoint that was between the 2 locations. I hope this review was useful for you. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at RV Homeschool. Subscribe for more information on campground reviews, the national parks, all sorts of RV related information. Thank you so much for watching.